Today I'm going to make a video to clarify some questions that I had throughout the semester about the project. I'm going to show you what my project looks like so you guys have an idea of what to do. And I'm also going to go over a couple things that will make your life easier and make your project look a little better. So if I open my RStudio here, I have my project. You're going to fill in your appropriate data, and this is the title of my project right here. These are the packages that you guys are going to need, and as you know, throughout the semester, you guys have learned various different ways to import your data into RStudio. I decided to go with a CSV straight from a website. So once I import my data, my next step would be to view my data. And once I view my data, you guys are going to have to start to figure out what each column means, so then you can properly go about visualizing your data for your project. Now, one of the points of this video is to show you guys how to properly cite your data and the articles or the journals that you guys are going to be using. So an easy way to do that is to go to Google Scholar. Now, I go to Google Scholar, I find some websites, I find some good information that I want to use, and I can cite it directly from Google Scholar. So if I click Cite, and it gives me a bunch of different citations here, but you're going to want to use BibTeX down here at the bottom. So if I click BibTeX, it gives me a citation here. I want to copy this. So I'm going to copy this. I'm actually not going to copy it because I already have this, but you guys are going to have to copy it for each of your references. So I copy this, I can minimize this, and the important part to take away from this is that your project bib down here that we learned about a couple modules ago and my final project R Markdown file are in the same folder. So I'm going to open this project bib, and it's going to give me two windows. You guys can minimize this R console, it doesn't matter, don't worry about it. And you guys will notice that you guys will have some samples in your project bib. You can keep them, don't worry about them, they can stay there, but you're going to want to paste each one of your BibTeX citations in this project bib. Now what this does, if we look at Bridgemasters 2017, this first line is what I'm going to be putting in my R Markdown file so that RStudio can properly cite my project. So if I go to my RStudio and I look for Bridgemasters 2017, that's all you have to put into these square brackets in order for RStudio to cite your project. You can actually call these anything that you want. I could just call this Bridge, but it has to be the same name in RStudio. So if you notice, if I go all the way down, I don't actually have anything written under my references. So when I go into my final project knitted document, you can see that it makes everything look really nice. It has my names here. It has automatically my table of contents. And in order to automatically make RStudio make a table of contents, you do these double pound symbols and then your conclusion. My double pound symbols and my theoretical background, my introduction. This will automatically give me my table of contents here. And if I scroll all the way down, it automatically cites my project as well under references. So that is a good code that you guys are going to need in order to properly cite your project. Now another thing I wanted to go over is this was actually not taught in the class, but it's something that I found throughout my own research. And now in class we're learning about feedback loops, right? So you might want to import a feedback loop or a picture into your RStudio. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that with a sample picture that I have. Now this process can be done on any computer, but I have a Mac, so it may be different for a Windows. So in order to do this, you need to find and copy the path to your picture. So I'm going to right click my picture right here, and for a Mac, you're going to hold down the Option key, and it's going to change what this looks like. So I'm going to hold down the Option key, and you see how this changed? I'm going to press copy sample 1 as path name. So I copy this, and notice that this code is not in a chunk. It does not have to be in a chunk. So I'm going to press an exclamation point, and I'm going to make 2 square brackets. In these square brackets, it needs to be the same name as my picture right here. So I'm going to type sample 1. I'm going to close my square bracket, and then I'm going to make regular parentheses. In these regular parentheses is where you paste your copied path of your picture. So I paste this here, and you can see that it automatically imports a picture. Now, I would also cite where you get this picture from, because you don't want to steal this from anybody else. And the last thing that I want to go over with you guys is this is your final project that you will submit as an R Markdown file, but this is actually not what you will present to the class. What you guys are going to be presenting, you should put into a PowerPoint. So this is the same data that I have in my R Markdown file. It's just put into a presentation that I can present to the class. So you make your R Markdown file, you make your final presentation, and this is what you will be presenting in class to everybody. So this is all that I have for you guys today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, and I will try my best to give you an answer. Thanks. Bye.